Right now at 10, Midwest Music Fest is officially back in town. And a family planting a tree in remembrance of their 6-year-old. Plus, Rush Soccer announcing a partnership with a local nonprofit.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Ken Kozorowski. Emily has the night off. Wisconsin Dells police are looking for a missing teen believed to be in danger tonight. Police say 16-year-old Griffin Clark left a family car while his dad went inside the Quick Trip on State Highway 13 around 4:45 this afternoon. Clark left his phone in that car and has recently made statements about self-harm. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is encouraged to call Wisconsin Dells police at that number at the bottom of your screen. A Town of Caledonia woman is accused of child abuse after an incident at an unlicensed daycare last month. 33-year-old Megan Valley is charged with physical abuse of a child and neglect. According to the criminal complaint, a 1-year-old in Valley's care received 2nd and 3rd degree scalding burns to his body and face. Investigators believe the liquid that caused the burns was heated from a source other than the home's hot water heater. The child's parents say Valley told them he was covered in hives, and they only learned they were burns after taking him to the hospital. Valley's currently out of jail on a $2,500 cash bond. Her initial court appearance is in June. The family of Alex Xavier Pedron planted a honey locust tree in Myrick Park this morning in his honor. 6-year-old Alex Xavier Pedron was found dead in his Mederi home back in February of 2023. Alex Xavier's cousin says they chose to plant a tree in remembrance because they can last forever. The spot chosen by his older sister holds a lot of significance for the family.
So the spot where the tree is being planted was also where Alex Xavier was at the wedding we last saw him in October of 2021. So that was the last time any of us were able to really see him.
Now, since Pedron's death, his family has been raising awareness for child abuse through the group Justice for Alex Xavier. In the meantime, 31-year-old Josie Dykman is charged with first-degree intentional homicide in connection with Pedron's death. She's currently in jail on a $250,000 cash bond.
We had some showers or storms earlier this evening, but everything's kind of pushed off to the east. But we still could see a shower here. But the big story going in tonight is the aurora. It's been hitting real well over in Europe earlier this evening. Now it's spreading over here. We could see storming levels that approach very extreme potentially over the area. Otherwise, for tonight, the cloud cover begins to decrease continuously. There's that shower or two maybe up towards Ladysmith overnight. Otherwise, most areas will remain dry, clearing skies with temperatures falling back slowly into the 40s, maybe around to the low 50s as you wake up with that northwest wind, which could be a little bit breezy at times, especially early tonight, but it should kind of taper off a little bit as you wake up and throughout the morning. Minus that rain chance earlier. Otherwise, we got sunny skies all the way out to the mid 60s as we go towards noon. The northwest wind will be the one story tomorrow, maybe 10 to 15. Otherwise, for La Crosse, Claire, same story. We're going to get back up into the low 60s by noon with that northwest wind at 12. So that'll keep the temperatures down a little bit. Otherwise, we do have some warmer conditions coming up for Mother's Day, including 80s. And then there is a potential maybe for a storm, too. We'll kind of break that all down and show you what the northern lights look like later tonight.
Thanks, Greg. Wisconsin's 3rd District Congressman held a roundtable with Eau Claire health leaders today. Derek Van Orden met with Republican state lawmakers and local officials to discuss how the region moves health care forward. Hospital Sisters Health System and Prevea Clinics closed up shop in western Wisconsin in March, and officials have been scrambling ever since. Van Orden is now introducing a bill in Washington that he says could help. It would allow states to get around restrictions on establishing a new medical facility when a small hospital closes. Per a release, Congressman Van Orden said, quote, rural Wisconsinites should not be pushed to the sidelines ever. If a small hospital closes, there must be a plan to fill in the healthcare gap so our rural residents can continue to access quality medical care. Aura Trails is making its first land acquisition with the Aura Community Trail Farm. The 300-acre site is located along the banks of Pamel Creek in the heart of La Crosse's Blufflands. The trails and park will be built on old farmland. Current plans include 15 miles of trails and a nature education center. The executive director, Jed Olson, says they were initially imagining a smaller project, but this land is a perfect match for their vision.
The family who is selling it appreciates that this is where it's going to, is that, we were able to make the sale, but it's going to turn into a public good. It's held in the public trust.
Ora Trails is using a just over $1 million grant from the DNR's stewardship program to buy the land. It's scheduled to open in 2025. Midwest Music Fest is returning to rock our region. The festival celebrating its 15th anniversary today and tomorrow in Winona. Midwest Music Fest spans across 5 different venues in Winona, featuring a large tented main stage over in Levy Park. They're bringing back some familiar fan favorites such as Night Moves and Rogue Valley, as well as plenty of new acts. A co-chair of the festival says there's a little bit of music for everyone.
Many different types of genres. We have Americana, we have bluegrass, we have rock, pop, indie. We've got it all. We've got R&B, rap. We got everything. Something for everybody.
There will be a maker's market, free music, and family activities at Levy Park from 10 to 4 tomorrow before the main acts take the stage. Tickets are $95 for a weekend pass or $55 for a single-day pass. Students can get weekend passes for $30. The cast of Little House on the Prairie is celebrating the show's 50th anniversary in Pepin this weekend. It's been 5 decades since Little House on the Prairie hit the airwaves, introducing viewers to the Ingalls family as they navigated life through the 1800s. And years later, the legacy continues on. And today, fans met actors who played some of their favorite characters in the place where the show took place. When Little House on the Prairie debuted in 1974, Wendy Lou Lee, who played Grace Ingalls, says she never imagined the show's legacy would continue decades later.
Don't think anyone thought that would happen, but Michael Landon actually, what is that? What's the word?
He predicted it.
He predicted it, yeah, that this would be here way longer than all of us would be here.
Now on Sunday, cast members will be in La Crosse for a special Mother's Day cruise aboard the La Crosse Queen at 1:30 p.m. and a dinner cruise at 5:30. Rush Soccer is announcing a new partnership with a local nonprofit. Today, Rush Wisconsin West Soccer announced they're partnering with Hope Restores, a local nonprofit that pushes for equality of the African American community. The new partnership looks to increase access for more local kids to be able to play soccer. It would allow players to join existing teams at Hamilton and Northside Elementary until they have enough players to build their own Hope Restores team.
Just teaching the kids like how to dribble, how to pass. It'll just be very elementary through a bunch of different games that we play. So it's just like an introduction to how do I do this with the ball at my feet.
They anticipate about 6 to 7 players to join through the new partnership this year. Once they have about 15 players, they can start their own team. Well, it was a high school reunion 8 decades in the making. Today, 3 ladies from Galesville High School's class of 1944 celebrated their 80th class reunion. The 98-year-olds plan to be taken to lunch in style, getting picked up by a 1929 Packard. However, the 95-year-old car broke down on the way to pick them up, but they still stopped for a picture and then went to lunch in a slightly less flashy ride. After lunch, they celebrated with some cake and ice cream and called a few classmates as well who weren't able to make the trip. As the war in Gaza continues, the Biden administration is saying Israel may have violated humanitarian laws. The accusations when we come back.
My son, Nick, took illicit fentanyl, which cost him his life. And knowing that my son is never coming back is the worst thing that I will have to live with for the rest of my life.
Tammy Baldwin's been with us every step of the way. She just got a major bill passed to really crack down on fentanyl. She doesn't just talk the talk, but she actually walks the walk.
I cannot tell you how much we appreciate Tammy Baldwin fighting this fight.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. Moving piles of earth, towing up to 4,000 pounds, cutting millions of blades of grass. We could keep trying to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Conquer every task on your list. Visit Tractor Central, take a seat, and see for yourself why nothing runs like a deer. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
My doctor says I need an MRI. But where do I go? They're so expensive.
Sensible MRI costs a few hundred, not thousands. You could fill your fridge for a year with what you save. We can get you in the next day. Think of what you could do with the time you'd save. What do you have to lose? At Sensible MRI, you choose the time, you save the money. And you rest easy having your doctor refer you to Sensible MRI.
A new report from the Biden administration says Israel may have violated international humanitarian law in Gaza and may be misusing U.S. weapons. But the report was inconclusive and says the U.S. can't make a definitive assessment. CBS News correspondent Willie James Inman has more from Washington.
In a highly awaited report to Congress, the Biden administration says Israel's use of weapons provided to it by the U.S. in Gaza potentially violated international humanitarian law. However, the report prepared by the State Department says American officials were hampered in their efforts to determine that for certain because of wartime conditions in the Palestinian territory. It comes as President Biden put a pause on sending some weapons to Israel that could possibly be used in a major Israeli military operation in Rafah.
I think it's feckless on the part of the Biden administration. I think it's really important to note that Hamas has said they want every day to be like October 7th.
As Israel works to eliminate Hamas, the State Department report says the IDF has the experience, technology, and know-how to minimize harm to civilians. But the analysis found that, quote, the results on the ground, including high levels of civilian casualties, raise substantial questions as to whether the IDF is using them effectively in all cases. Speaking in South Carolina, U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin discussed Gaza's rising death toll.
There have been far too many civilian casualties thus far. We would like to see that trend change. So that's really our focus.
Meanwhile, the UN General Assembly overwhelmingly backed a resolution that would effectively recognize a Palestinian state. The U.S. and Israel abstained from the vote, and later, standing before the General Assembly, Israel's ambassador shredded the UN Charter. Willie James Inman, CBS News, Washington.
According to the Hamas-run health ministry, close to 35,000 Palestinians have been killed in the war, including Hamas fighters, but also thousands of civilians, most of them women and children. Space tourism. A commercial spaceport is now one step closer to becoming a reality.
Ashley's 72-hour summer kickoff event is happening May 10th through the 12th. Get your home ready for summer with our biggest selection of hot buys, cool deals. Kick off summer in style May 10th through the 12th, only at Ashley.
Craving authentic Mexican flavors? Look no further than Senor Villa. At Senor Villa, we bring the taste of Mexico to your table every day. Join us for our unbeatable $5 lunch specials packed with flavor and value. And don't miss our nightly specials where the fiesta never ends. Senor Villa, where great food meets great value. Visit us today. Senor Villa, the taste of Mexico you've been craving.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can capture all the moments that make summer, summer. Like driving a RAV4 to wade in a waterfall.
Nice.
Cruising to play mini golf in a Camry. Or taking a Tundra to the beach.
You're not going to leave me here, are you?
Right now, you can lease a sporty new Toyota RAV4 for $309 a month. See your local Toyota dealer today or visit Toyota.com to learn more.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
Hi, folks. Harvey Wood of Wood Sales and Service here. Looking for equipment with the power and the ability to go where other equipment can't? Look no further than Altos. Our high-quality Altos tracked and wheeled zero-turn mowers give you the ability to handle the most difficult terrains, slopes, lowlands, and hills with unmatched rider comfort and style. 0% 48-month financing available. Experience the Wood Sales advantage of service before and after the sale. Wood Sales and Service, Black River Falls. Family owned and operated for 55 years. WoodSalesService.com.
People of another age, yep. Howdy Doody Time, the Ed Sullivan Show, the Mickey Mouse Club. You remember, getting in and out of that tub just isn't quite as easy as it once was. We make life easier for older folks like me. New walk-in shower, a personal shower, a seat if you like. Seriously, be safe. Call the board store. Let us make your bathroom safe and beautiful. Contact the board store today.
Ashley's 72-hour summer kickoff event is happening May 10th through the 12th. Get your home ready for summer with our biggest selection of hot buys, cool deals. Kick off summer in style May 10th through the 12th, only at Ashley.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
The Las Vegas Spaceport, a planned hub for commercial and private space tourism, is one step closer now to becoming a reality. That's after the project cleared a regulator hurdle this week. The Clark County Commission approved construction permits for the Las Vegas Executive Airport, which is the first phase of eventually building the spaceport. Construction plans include a runway, taxiway, private jet terminal, and hangars. Estimated cost for phase 1? $30 million. Future plans for the 240-acre site include a launch pad, a runway for space planes, a control tower, a flight school, and a 200-room casino resort. The price tag for all that is an estimated $310 million. The spaceport would be a roughly 45-minute drive from Las Vegas. Well, we are getting a beautiful look at the northern lights tonight from all over the region. I'm jealous. My wife is sending me a bunch of photos as we speak. Let's get the latest on Northern Lights Watch and your weekend forecast from Greg.
Well, we had the showers and storms come through with that cold front. Now skies are going to slowly clear out, and that's the good news because the aurora is going to be really the feature of the night with the storming levels that are going on right now. But for the rest of the weekend, it still looks actually very nice. Most of the weekend will be dry. We do have a storm chance coming with another front Mother's Day, but overall I think it's going to be warm conditions with 80 degrees likely for all locations. Here's the storming right now. We've had off and on storming earlier today, this evening, all over Europe. Saw a lot of the aurora going on. It's pushing our way. We'll see fluctuating back and forth as these eruptions from the sun continue to hit the earth probably throughout the night. This might even extend into Saturday night, just depends how it plays out. So we're going to have to keep an eye. But the whole entire continental U.S. could see this, at least on the horizon. As I mentioned, Mother's Day weekend, we're looking at 80 degrees, low to mid 80s. In fact, it might be the warmest day we've had so far this year. We do have that storm chance coming, but that'll be more late afternoon, early evening, so most of the day should remain dry as we go throughout. So timing that out, clearing skies overnight slowly, temperatures will begin to fall. Once again, that northwest wind, which was breezy this evening, it'll start tapering off a little bit, but still you might see a breeze or two. As you wake up, that northwest wind continues. Plenty of sunshine out there. We will see some cloud cover tomorrow, but it'll just be high cirrus clouds as it passes overhead or develops. 60s by noon, potentially then the low 70s as we get into the afternoon hours with that northwest wind about 10 to 15 miles per hour for most locations. As we go towards Saturday night, we're going to see another system approaching. This actually is going to push a warm front through the area Saturday night, so the winds will start turning around. We will see some increase in cloud cover, at least especially northern areas. Now that might spark off a shower probably north and east of the area in northeastern Wisconsin, but we'll see if that continues. That'll keep the temperatures up a little bit going into Sunday, probably more into the 50s, maybe near 60, along with that south wind picking up. Sunday, with that southwest wind, that means the temperatures are going to climb pretty quickly, starting off already in the upper 50s. We should be in the 80s. And here comes that change of the wind direction, that cold front that'll come through probably around noon or so from Eau Claire. Later on, it kind of slings all the way down to southern Wisconsin by the time we get to 7 or 8. So in between that time, we might see a shower or a thunderstorm pass through, but it'll be very isolated. As you can see, as we get towards Sunday evening, we start clearing out with that north wind as that system kind of stalls to the south. So there is that chance for Sunday, but it's very small, and I think most areas will stay dry. Starting next Monday, that system kind of sits to the south. I think Monday will start off mostly dry. We'll see if that kind of works its way back up north for Monday, but at least the work week starts off on a dry note. Unfortunately, that may not be the case for the entire rest of that week. But tonight, clearing skies, get out there and see if you can see the aurora. Definitely the best opportunity we've had in a long time. Temperatures in the mid to upper 40s with that northwest wind. Tomorrow, northwest winds 10 to 15, but still temperatures in the upper 60s, near low 70s, which is right where we should be for this time of year. It gets even better as we go into the 8-day forecast. We're looking at low to mid 80s Sunday with that chance of storm or a shower in the afternoon. Monday starts off dry. Tuesday does too, but then we got a complex system coming towards the end of next week that actually will bring some more shower and thunderstorm potential chances, although at this point, none of those days look like all-day rain events.
Looks like a good weekend. Thanks, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the Brewers looking to make it 2 straight over the Cardinals. Plus, the top team in the NBC looking to keep its perfect conference record intact this afternoon. Rob's highlights and more are next.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin, with 6 locations of fun.
You made a cow.
Actually, to piggy bank. My inspiration to start saving.
How about a more solid way to save?
I'm listening.
Well, BMO helps get your savings habit into shape with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward?
And there's a cash bonus when you open a new checking account to get you started.
Wow. Anything you can't do?
Mugs.
Hey, Dominic here with a quick marinade using our Steak and Game Pleasing. Mix 1/3 cup of oil with 1 tablespoon of Steak and Game Pleasing. Brush on your beef or venison and let it sit for 10 minutes. Cook until done. For a delicious dip, mix 8 ounces of cream cheese, a 1/4 cup of milk, 2 tablespoons of diced green onions, and a tablespoon of Steak and Game Pleasing. Get Steak and Game Pleasing and over 40 other blends at the Pleasing Outlet Store on Ward Avenue, La Crosse. It's a game changer.
It's the weekend clearance at Drury's in Fountain. Incredible savings on America's finest furniture. We're clearing our showrooms to make way for fresh new introductions with hundreds of items reduced to their lowest prices ever. You'll save hundreds of dollars on top brands like Smith Brothers, Daniels Amish, and Flex Steel. Bedrooms, casual dining, sofas, even premium leather, all priced to go. You'd better hurry because you won't see furniture of this quality at these prices again. The weekend clearance, this weekend only, at Drury's in Fountain.
Get ready to witness the thrill of the chase. Ramlinger Collector Car Auctions invites you to join the excitement. Save the dates, May 31st and June 1st in Winona, Minnesota. Experience the electrifying atmosphere as classic cars go under the hammer. Visit RamlingerAuctions.com to learn more and secure your spot. Be part of the action. Be part of the crowd. Join us and be part of the excitement at Ramlinger Collector Car Auctions, where passion meets performance. Visit RamlingerAuctions.com for more details.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
We're coming down the final stretch of the high school softball season. It's almost playoff time for the girls, but still some work to do before the postseason begins. And when it comes to the Toma softball team, T-Wolves, we're looking to remain perfect in conference play. Toma a perfect 10-0 so far against MVC opponents. Nicholas, let's roll those highlights. Here we go. Is it going to work? Hopefully. It is Friday. If it's not, there we go. Thank God. Here we go. Let's get it. Riverhawks in a jam early, but Carmen Peterson gets the strikeout. Central out of trouble. But the T-Wolves doing the same thing. Bottom 2, Central looking to put one on the board, but Toma gets out of it. We're scoreless through 2. Let's go to the third now. T-Wolves finally break through. Olivia Wall is going to slice one to left. That gets down for a base hit. Grace Johnson races in from second. Wall puts the Wolves on top. Starts dancing. Love it. That's where they stay. Toma wins it by a final of 8-0. Timberwolves improve to 11-0 in conference play. WIAC tournament action continuing this morning from the UWL baseball team. Eagles got shut out yesterday against UW-Stevens Point. Completely different story today against UW-Oshkosh. Eagles torching the Titans 17-9. La Crosse with 20 hits in this one, and the offense continuing to rake in UWL's second game of the day. Eagles take down UW-Stevens Point 8-1. They'll take on UW-Whitewater tomorrow morning. As for the softball squad, Eagles putting up a fight today against UW-Oshkosh, but the Titans played 2 in the 8th. They get the win over La Crosse 4-2. Brewers back at it, looking for their second straight over the Cards. One of the top prospects looking good in his major league debut, Robert Gasser. First big league strikeout, then he gets some help from Sal Frelick in the second. Super Sal makes the dive and grab. Then later in the inning, check this out. Gasser getting some more help. Bryce Terang is going to snag this one. Heads up play, fires to first. Brewers turn 2. And good defense leading to good offense in the 4th. Reese Hoskins lines a base hit to left. William Contreras is in. Christian Yelich right behind him. It's 2-0 Milwaukee. Then in the 5th, one on for Terang. He fights this one the other way for a base hit. That's going to score another run for the Crew. Here comes Jake Bowers from second. It's 3-0 Brewers. Then how about this? Still in the 5th, Yelly dropping down a beauty. It's going to hit the bag at third. RBI bunt single for Yelich. Everything going right for the Crew in this one. That makes it 4-0 Brewers. And the boys were just getting started. Still in the 5th, Willie Adames finds the gap in right center. One hops off the wall. 2 runs come in to score. Brewers get a blowout win, their second straight over the Cardinals. Twins north of the border tonight taking on Toronto. Minnesota not wasting any time. Top 1 2 on for Jose Miranda. He sneaks one through for a base hit. Here comes Carlos Correa racing in from second on the RBI single. Just like that, it's 1-0. Until the third, Blue Jays battling back. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa hits one high and deep to left. That ball ain't coming back. Solo shot ties the game at 1. Top 5 now, same score, not anymore. Carlos Santana skies one the other way. This ball just kept going. It's got a chance. It's gone. Santana puts Minnesota back in front. Top 9 now. Twins looking for some insurance, and they get it thanks to Max Kepler. He shoots one in a right for a base hit. It's 3-1 Minnesota. Twins looking to hold on. Blue Jays get the tying run to third in the 9th, but the bullpen buckles down. Twins get out of it, and they hold on for a thrilling win on the road. 3-2, the final. Well, look who might be coming back to the NBA. It's not official yet, but all signs are pointing that former Bucks head coach Mike Budenholzer is on the verge of signing a multi-year deal to be the new head coach in Phoenix. Budenholzer won a championship, of course, with the Bucks in 2021. 2-time Coach of the Year, and he's actually from Arizona, so it would be a homecoming for him. It was just announced about 7 minutes ago that it is official by ESPN. I don't have Budenholzer, his phone number, so I don't want to say official yet. I don't have connections like that. I'm a big deal, but not that big.
Yeah. But, you know, has a good pedigree as a coach, knows how to work with veteran superstars, which is what the Suns need, and obviously got the Bucks a title. There were some of those playoffs, though, where wasn't really a fan of some of the decisions he made, so I understand why he's no longer the Bucks coach.
Sure. It's kind of a similar coach to Frank Vogel, who the Suns are getting rid of. So.
Yeah. We'll see if it works for him.
Speaking of the T-Wolves, they're getting
not good, huh?
beaten off.
Well, that's why the Nuggets are defending champions.
Exactly.
They don't go down lightly.
Exactly.
Thanks, Rob. We'll be right back after this.
Thanks, Lacrosse, for voting Dull Auto the best new car and best used car dealership. Gino Arts, the best car salesperson, and voting Abra Auto Body the best body shop. We do our best to exceed your expectations every day.
Discover where rustic meets refinement at Black River Furniture Outlet. Shop Wisconsin-made easy sofas and recliners with customizable fabrics. Check out Amish-made dining sets in hickory, walnut, maple, and barnwood, as well as one-of-a-kind epoxy pieces you can't find anywhere else. Roll out some warmth and style this season with our cabin rug collection and our new customizable poly furniture. Bring the outdoors into your bedroom with our rustic bed groups, dressers, chests, nightstands, and bedsides to go with. Celebrating 30 years of community and business. Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
Coachman RV Lacrosse is now open. Come celebrate during our grand opening block party, May 10th and 11th. We'll have free food, prizes, and fun for the whole family. Plus, take advantage of huge grand opening discounts on the top Coachman floor plans. Walk the lot and tour hundreds of new RVs, along with the large selection of quality pre-owned RVs. Don't miss the grand opening block party at the all-new Coachman RV Lacrosse, May 10th and 11th. Learn more at coachmanlacrosse.com/grand opening. We'll see you there.
Hi, I'm Brody from Great River Harley Davidson. If you haven't been in this year, consider this your invitation to stop by. Whether it's your first time on a bike or you've been riding for years, I want to invite you to stop into Great River Harley Davidson.
Thanks, Lacrosse, for voting Dull Auto the best new car and best used car dealership. Gino Arts, the best car salesperson, and voting Abra Auto Body the best body shop. We do our best to exceed your expectations every day.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
An angler turned craftsman is taking lumber that's already lived its life and making it new again. Derek James from our Minneapolis affiliate caught up with him as he works on his next big project.
Inside this unassuming workshop in Oak Grove,
all the stuff that I make, it's all part of our whole family.
Jesse Gerhard
Just tape up my hands so I don't destroy them.
Is painstakingly building.
I'm sitting here just tying this canoe together for a couple days.
With locally discarded wood.
This is from a church in Crystal, the actual plywood. The redwood is from someone's deck in Princeton, Minnesota. And then this white pine is from a barn in Lake Elmo.
His father taught him as a teen to build nice things out of what others thought was trash.
He couldn't buy us bikes or anything, so he'd pick us up, throw us in the dumpster, and we'd find bikes. And we'd cobble together one bike, you know, out of 3 different bikes that we found.
When they weren't fixing, they were working on job sites.
He jokes that he got charged with the child labor laws a couple times.
When it came time to relax, they'd go out on a lake.
We grew up wader fishing, so I'd walk into the water, and I remember going into a couple bass tournaments, and we walked into the water, and we'd come out with a big stringer full of fish.
Without a boat, they were disqualified for their catches. After high school and several years in the Marine Corps and law enforcement, Gerhard transitioned into making things with degrees earned in wood finishing and cabinet making.
This is about 75 pounds strength.
For the last 15 years, those skills have led him to build canoes, then paddles, and lures.
Do you go out quite a bit so that you can test these?
Yeah, that's always a tricky thing. Go make a prototype and then go out and fish when it's frozen half the year. So there's not even a place I can go.
Gerhard has branched out to make fishing nets, tackle boxes, and other items because he's always dreaming up a new idea.
As the pieces get smaller, make something else out of it. So I don't want to be wasteful either.
Preserve what you can, work hard, and treat people with respect. Important lessons Gerhard learned from his own father that he's now passing down to his son.
I go around and I find wood in the dumpster and stuff. My son is a little bit apprehensive about that. Going through a dumpster, he's like looking around, is anybody seeing what I'm doing?
Quite a skill set and quite a character as well. Gerhard sells products through his company, American Craftsman. It's got an online shop where you can purchase some products. He'll also be back with his booth at the Minnesota State Fair in August. Greg's going to have one final look at your weekend forecast when we come back.
Make dinner good tonight with Hardee's new tender platters. Crunchy, juicy chicken dipped in buttermilk and hand-breaded, served with garlic toast, fries, slaw, and an ice-cold drink. Delicious, down to the very last crumb. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. When it's time to get out and cultivate your ideal yard, we get you the right products at the right prices. Like 36-pound bags of estate weed and feed, $34.99. $200 off this Milwaukee Impact Wrench and Grease Gun Kit. This Massimo T-Boss UTV, $600 off. All new Aaron's brand zero-turn mowers. Plus, come test drive our huge selection of mowers and lawn equipment during this Saturday's Ride and Drive event, starting at 9 a.m. at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Mother's Day is almost here, and it's time to visit Jolivet Family Farms. 8 greenhouses full of a wide variety of flowers, vegetable, and plants, all grown for this climate. Jolivet's features one of the area's largest selections of hanging baskets: succulents, clematis, citronella mosquito plants, horseradish, rhubarb, asparagus. Find unique lawn and garden decor. Take home a strawberry rhubarb pie, rhubarb crisp, or try the new peanut butter pie from our homemade bakery. All this and so much more. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
You know, it makes me think about why I like doing this. It makes me feel good, and I'm sure it makes them feel a lot better about themselves.
Everybody comes out ahead on it. It is a win-win situation because I am better physically than I was 2 years ago.
The students are out in the field working with the community, and the community members are coming back here working with the students. That's something that you definitely wouldn't get at a larger university that you're going to find in our program.
For over 40 years, Blood Cross Glass and Overhead Door has been the go-to company for anything glass and door. We offer a large stock inventory of CEHI garage doors to help you find the perfect fit. As a locally owned business, we take pride in our work and always get the job done. From commercial glass and glazing to residential glass and CEHI garage doors, we have the experience and expertise to help you. Call or visit our website today.
At Hardee's, we're putting our hearts into Mother's Day because moms put their hearts into everything. Join us in celebrating the goodness of moms with made-from-scratch heart-shaped biscuits. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
Right now, the Aurora forecast for tonight's really impressive, especially what's been going on out of Europe. We're going to get it here, too, so get out and enjoy it. Otherwise, if we look at the forecast, the weekend looks overall good with low 80s. There is that chance for a storm, but most of the weekend should remain dry.
I like there. And send the photos in. If you're taking photos tonight, send them to News 8. We'd love to show them this weekend.
One minor correction. The Cardinals did sneak one through in the ninth. It was 11-2.
11-2.
Still a good one.
It's a pity run.
Not looking good, though, for the Timberwolves. Down almost 30 going into the fourth quarter.
It's a bummer. Still 2-1, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have a good weekend, everybody.